We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. As Alabama is all start past the 30. Let's take over first and 10. On the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. McCarthy going to put it up right away. He's going to start up the run. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
And you think back to the success he had throwing the football in the win last week, so naturally, he's going to come out throwing here, but that time, they couldn't connect.
Now a second and 10. First carry for David Montgomery. He is going to stop cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. What we just saw, we saw a lot of last week. He had 5 tackles for loss a week ago and 1 here in the first quarter now.
And I think a lot of that comes from not just his athletic ability and his intelligence and understanding how he's being blocked and how to get to the ball carriers, but also comes from scheme as well. When you've got a guy that high, playing that well, your defense coordinator is looking for ways to create mismatches and get him to the football.
He finds his rookie running back from Tennessee. And he is going to have the Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it,
it's a gain of 5. They'll bring it second down. Looking to throw McCarthy. Going for the deep ball. That will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To the air with McCarthy. This one swung out to Montgomery. He's got some breathing room. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now McCarthy. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The Colts at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
and I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To the left side, pass caught by Fulton. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. To the air again, McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Time to look up before he backfield. McCarthy will set to throw it. It's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
A gain of 8 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Third and goal, McCarthy. Will try to pick it up himself. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter. What block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
They'll run. It's Brashard Smith. Across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there. The drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. You look at this Colt defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Well, left at Smith. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third manageable with that run.
To throw is Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. McCarthy. Will keep it himself. Tosses it incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it around.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's McCarthy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down. Here's the run to Montgomery. Shreds the tackle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back to throw now on first down. Incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
It's caught. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And this play will be blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Colt defense. They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on because you're talking about where they rank and stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 43. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
A gain of 19 yards. First down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll give to Smith out of the gun. And past the 35, where he dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A first down carry for Smith. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They go back to the ground with Smith. Touchdown, Raiders. Rashard Smith hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Chargers defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
It's just a back and forth in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Working out of the goals, McCarthy. Down he goes. Brought down and sacked. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He's going to run for it deep left side here. And backs it away. It falls down incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Going for it, here's McCarthy. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, and somewhat predictably it doesn't pay off. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Inside handoff, Smith. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, now allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd down, here's Smith again. And this one will get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he hops on my back, and I just carry him along.
Step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. And he is going to be taken down. They got it. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Myles Garrett in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is put up the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they pay out on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
2nd and 7. McCarthy operating from the gun. This one covers the tight end Hockenson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They'll look to throw here on first down. As he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving them a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and it seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Back to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, panic as well. Right now, instead in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half. So in this league have had these.
They come up 1st and 10. Jackson will throw quickly here, complete. He's got this down to the 35. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And now common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Second and 10. Now it's Jackson. He finds Smith out of the backfield. They'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here's Jackson to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, but 2nd down.
I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson. Now they'll take this away. Take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point try now from Dicker.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away.
Nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they will play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to step up and run. And he's on here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
2nd and a couple. To the air with McCarthy. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And deep in his own territory, he comes up with the ball. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Extra point by Gay is all good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 45 to the 46. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you score once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. But no matter what the defense throws at them, they feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a second down and 6.
Again, it's Smith. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as they lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they thought they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed, great penetration as they stepped out on that line of scrimmage.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Rice. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up second down. Jackson now. Looking for Campbell downfield. And rifles one. It's going to be intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Colts are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. And they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. He's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now again, running left for Montgomery. Tried to find the lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now McCarthy. Looking in the middle of the field. He's got him incomplete. Well, he is going to have the Colts first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
To the sideline, it's intercepted. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. That's caught outside Smith. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that ball just about every time.
Bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Smith up the middle. inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 108 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, Las Vegas.
Smith trying to run for it. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. He is not at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Here's Jackson. Touchdown, Raiders. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 15 of the year and second of the game. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. And support up and good by Dicker. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right, where an interception's result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And Tommy Adebawore able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. It's intercepted. He's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Handoff, running left, Smith. It's not about 5 yards down to the 32. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second and 5. To Smith. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. To throw is Jackson. He's going to wind up in the air. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Raiders will add to their 4th quarter lead. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Powering his way forward. And no hour to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's the ball, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. That's complete. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Dante Thornton, 82 yards. And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. Well, I think the Colts got this. They did. So they needed the onside kick, and they got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back in the 4th quarter. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Throwing is McCarthy. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Takes this one out for a Colts touchdown. Dante Thornton with now 2 defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 to the 24. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter. A chance to regain the lead in the title. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. Throwing is Jackson. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Evades the tackle and makes some space. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Back him down at the 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss. Now it's Jackson. He's got Smith here. And he's got this down to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Well, his size, he's a smaller back. He can get into football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. And keeps him out of there where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. Here's a second and 7. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's second down. Turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive took a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settled things down a little bit.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. Defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now.
Jackson on fourth down. Let's get this target. Let's go home. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
They go back to the ground now with Smith. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
So where will that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And it's 2nd down. Here's Smith again.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet.
The pitch goes to Smith. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards losing yardage to the end. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
One last shot for Jackson.
Looks like he himself. Flag comes in. It's incomplete. I'm not sure he's still behind the line when he let that one go. That was an excellent come from behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense